What's good, people? Today we're going back to Nemesis and the group of supervillains coming together to wipe out every single superhero, super spy, super time travelers, every single good guy is going to die in The Big Game by Mark Miller. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. We continue our story with Edmund Crane, the prodigy, linking up with the Chrononauts to prove this shorty's theory that superheroes have always existed in the past. For those who don't know, the Chrononauts are basically astronauts who could travel through time, but it's really expensive. But Edmund Crane, being a super genius he is, isn't just going to take her word for it. He has to see it with his own eyes. So he came to the Chrononauts, seeing as they have the ability to travel through time. So he came to them. Instantly, they realized what these people were saying was crazy, and it was just way too expensive to do this, to travel back to 1985. But while this was happening, while everyone was complaining and saying how impossible this is, Mr. Crane just pulled out his phone and transferred about $1 billion or $500 million to someone's account instantly. At that second, they got the alert because he was richer than God in this universe. He was the smartest freaking dude in the whole universe. As soon as they got the alert, they were like, yes, sir, we'll get the machine ready for you, sir. Anyways, after all this, they all got outfitted in their time travel suits and they went forth into the portal back in time to witness superheroes live. And when they came, everything was quiet. It wasn't supposed to be quiet, but she told all of them to relax because this is where he works. He changes his clothes to normal clothes in that booth. All you have to do is wait for a threat and he will appear. And just like on cue, a threat appeared. A gigantic mechanized monster was destroying the city. Everyone was scared, but she smiled because she knew he was coming. The Utopian from the Jupiter Ascending series. He's basically the Superman of the Mark Miller universe. So if you guys want me to tell you the story, just comment below and like and subscribe. Anyways, he carries a super robot to space and everyone was impressed. But while everyone was celebrating, we see the prodigy looking to the woman and saying, I'm sorry I ever doubted you. So now they had to formulate a plan of how to fight these villains, traveling back into the future. But as soon as they got to the lab, they met a massacre. Every single scientist and engineer they had hired had been killed and their corpses lay dying on the floor. But the prodigy and the Chrononauts didn't even have time to react because instantly they got holes plugged in them fast. They were dead. The four hope of this universe were killed in a second. We see that the villains already sent a kill squad to wipe out these people because they were the biggest threats. And after, they went for the killers. And the first person on their list was Hit Girl. If you know Hit Girl, you know Kick-Ass. And like I told you before, Kick-Ass is in this universe. And Hit Girl was very dangerous. She was worse than you people know in the movies. She was deadly. But she was laying low, working at the comic book store. And we see a group of assassins waiting for her to come to her job so they could kill her on the spot, realizing that in close range they wouldn't survive. But before she could get to the office, she's stopped by none other than Eggsy. Yes, Eggsy from the Kingsmen 2 is in this universe, and he just saved her life. He is a super spy, and his agency found a list of possible targets, and she was on it, so he saved her life. But now back to the superheroes of this universe, because the ambassadors were going to get their boy, Pakistan, who was kidnapped by Nemesis himself. So we see Korea, France, England, every single person assemble just to go get their boy, Pakistan. But sadly, this was Nemesis who we're talking about. And Nemesis doesn't play, instantly ripping Korea in half. With his freaking gigantic Buster sword, he wasn't done. He had hacked their machine and gained access to every single person's ability. So he just went on a killing spree, but this time with superpowers and his big Buster blade, using ice elements, fire elements, sound elements, ice elements to take out every single superhero from this universe in one fell swoop. He was unstoppable. He was the nemesis of everything that is good. Using sound waves to blow people's skull, using the ice abilities to freeze people in place, then unleashing a blizzard and shattering every single person to ice. He was merciless. And lastly, Pakistan. He had to watch all his friends die mercilessly, but he was the last one standing, and his death was swift. With the big stab of the Buster Sword, the ambassadors were done. No more heroes. This is the end of the second issue. So yeah, like I said, if you guys want me to cover Kingsman, you want me to cover Kick-Ass, if you want me to cover every single hero I've mentioned, just let me know and I will. Thank you and God bless you. Bye.